Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I am Matt Capron. This is another video on Raid Shadow Legends. And before I get into the video, because I'm sure you saw the thumbnail, you saw the title, and you're like, are you seriously going to rant about it? Let me start by giving the accolades. First of all, Saturday's award show was amazing. It was a pageantry of everything that we instill here as a group. Saffron put on a show worthy of the ages, and it toppled last year, 60,000 plus votes. So many content creators involved. The Christmas Carol with Deadwood Jedi directing and storytelling along with his father. What an amazing moment that is, and all the comedy that ensued afterwards. And if you haven't seen it, check it out. Raidzilla. I'll put a link somewhere in the description or in the thing here for Raidzilla on the screen. It was some of the best I have ever seen. I can't believe this was something that was just done. The production value is insane. It's amazing. It showcases the talent we have here playing Raid Shadow Legends. And of course, congratulations to all the winners who took home awards for their hard work over the past 12 months. I guess it would be technically from mid-November to mid-November, or I'm not sure exactly when the cutoffs are, somewhere around like that. Great job to all of you. Congratulations. I also want to state that I have worked a lot with Saffron, and we've done a lot together. We've done No More Jockeys. We've done a lot of Raid Shadow Legends Assemble. We've been in discussions about doing another collab, a regular collab together in the new year. So I absolutely value what he does and how hard he worked on this and how hard he works tirelessly in creating community-minded content for and around Raid Shadow Legends. And so I don't want that to be taken away by what I am going to talk about next. We're running some fey here. I'm trying to get a team to work consistently. Anyway, long story short, let's talk about the other side. Let's talk about where I think that there's some opportunities for improvement on the award show. And it stems around the elephant in the room, the fact that Hell Hades won so many of the awards. And hey, here's a guy that works hard, tirelessly, putting together content, for Raid Shadow Legends and for his channel and his website. And he deserves everything that's coming his way. He's amazing. He does what he does. There's a reason why people follow him and like him. But that also creates a problem when it comes to voting. I truly believe that in some of these categories, people had voted for Hell Hades because it was Hell Hades, as opposed to voting for the clip that deserved the best and was the best in the category. And I think even Hell Hades would probably say that there is some truth to that he feels that maybe not everything was his to win either. He's a stand-up guy, and I'm sure he would freely admit that there's a couple of those categories, and even did on the show. They said maybe that I didn't expect it. I didn't think it was something that I was the best in. And so we need to come up, or we don't need to do anything. Saffron, I hope, takes the suggestion to tweak some of the things here that might reduce the chance of that happening. And it's not just Hell Hades. In fact, though I won't do a call out on the category, because I certainly don't want to call out an award winner and say that someone else deserved it, but I do believe that there was one category given away where it wasn't even Hell Hades, someone else won, and I did not think that they were the best entrant for that particular award, but they were the most popular entrant for that award, and so they won. Now, all of it's subjective, of course, but it just highlights where any time that you have someone with such a large disparity in fan base, you have to wonder in public open voting, is that why they're winning? And we should be able to reduce that or even eliminate that with some simple steps. Now, there's a couple other things that may contribute to that sort of thing that I'm going to mention as well. The first thing I think needs to be done is that we need to have only one entrant per category. So if you are, and I didn't have any final nominations, but say I had it for Best Comedy Skit, I shouldn't have two entrants in Best Comedy Skit because it splits the vote. And you don't want to have a case where, and I remember such a case where it happened, I think it happened, maybe it happened, was in the collab. Ash had multiple entrants, and so if you're a fan of Ash and you're like, I'm gonna vote for Ash, some of you go, well, I'm gonna vote for this clip, it's Ash's. Some of you are gonna vote for the other one. it splits the total votes for him, and then another video wins that may not have been the quote-unquote favorite. I don't know if you can definitively say this happened in anyone, but the potential for it to happen is there, and so why not have the opportunity for that not to happen by just making only one person, one entrant in a category per person. The second thing is have one clip per show, meaning if there's a clip that's in best comedy, it isn't also in best short, also in best overall video. That causes fatigue, and what happens is there's so many categories and there's so many videos to go through. If you see a video, and I'll go from a personal standpoint and say that I think I had this happen to me simply because I watched Manables many times and I voted for it for one category for best shard opening reaction, and then I automatically I almost dismissed it in the other categories because it was already in the category I'd seen it and decided that was the one I was going to vote it in. And I know some other people said, by the third or fourth time they saw it, I think it was in 3 entrants, it lost some of its luster in the moment, even though it's one of the greatest, in my opinion, shard reaction videos. It's also one of the greatest clips we have in Raid Shadow Legends ever. So, I think you just want to make sure that that's not the case. Again, and the best way to do that is just put it in one category. Hey, Manable is a stand-up dude. He's a funny guy. I'm sure he's got lots of clips that could easily make it into different categories instead of just putting the same one into 3 or 4 categories. The final thing that I think could be done, and this is a little bit more controversial because now there's some subjectiveness that comes to this, and it's if Hell Hades or Ash or those are the two that are the most popular, right? One's got 115,000, the other's got 140,000 followers. They're clearly the de facto favorites in the community. They've got the most follows, they get the most views per video, and if they are in a category where they're not challenging for the win, if there's another video that a group of people determines is just going to be better, then perhaps, even though they deserve to be in that category, you don't put them in that category. And I know, like I said, it's controversial because, you want to give every video that's good because, there's no accounting for taste. There's, it's subjective, right? I might find Hell Hades funnier. Someone else might find someone else funnier. But I think, for example, for the best comedy skit. But I think if you have a smaller group of people, like 5 or 10 people, that make these selections and say, look, is this something where we feel this video needs to be in this category because it is an honest one of the top of the category? If that's the case, put it in. Otherwise, leave it out, even if it deserves to be among the finalists, just so that you don't come across the case where people are voting the name rather than the best entrant. It's going to give and allow other content creators who are of smaller channels that are less well known, it's going to give them a chance for that exposure, a chance for their product to be heard, and hopefully give them a chance to win, even though they don't have the brand image and name that Hell Hades does. Now, again, it is somewhat controversial, but I think it's a way that you can absolutely eliminate that. And I'm sure that Hell Hades himself would agree to some degree about something like this. So I think it's a good option. And the final piece, I forgot about mentioning it before, the final piece is we need to narrow down the categories to 5 finalists. With that many categories out there, and hopefully they add a few more categories next year, that is a lot of videos to watch. And I think that adds to some of the problem is when you're watching that many videos and you get halfway down and you're just fatigued from watching so many videos, maybe you're just saying, you know what, Hell Hades is my favorite, I'm just going to pick him, or Ash is my favorite, I'm just going to pick him, or Layla is my favorite, I'm just going to pick her, and you don't take the time to get to view and watch all of the different entrants and all of the great opportunities we've had at new content and new creators out there. So those are my thoughts about it. And the final thing is the overall, and this is a thought a couple of us had. There's 2 kind of running thoughts here. Is the first one is, why don't we have the final awards go down to a committee rather than the open public? And I know that this is a community-driven event and you don't want to take it out of the hands of the community. But if you do the nomination process, which is fully community-driven, and then you do the paring down to the 10 finals, that's community voted upon. And the top 10 then get submitted to a committee of 50 people that are chosen beforehand that will not vote on their own video. So they recuse themselves if they're a part of the program and they're in that particular category with an entrant. And you know, you take those 50 people and they vote the final win. You've got the community picking what the finalists are, but then you have the individual academy, right, which is what they do in the Oscars, right? The Oscars is a committee of people. Only the People's Choice Awards is actually a choice by the people. It's a thought, at least it's an idea that might do well for a better overall experience. I don't know if it is or not. Maybe you can let me know in the comments down below what you think. But it's just kind of one thought. And the last thought that a couple people out there, I think Layla was one that brought it up, is rather than having a voting thing, we could just have a content creator showcase and gala. I don't want to take away from what Saffron's done, but I think I'd be remiss if I didn't put this in the video as a potential idea. And that's just have showcase some of the amazing content. Everyone can still do their nominations, submit different videos, and then, again, you have a smaller group of people that curate and pick the best of the best from a whole host of content creators to showcase in this kind of showcase event, gala event, celebration of the evening. And you can still do things like the skits and the videos and the rap music and the other, hey, not just rap music, any kind of music. I think it would be amazing. I think that would be an interesting and different perspective. I don't want to just say, throw it out of hand when it comes to the awards event, but maybe we can have a summer gala event and a winter awards event. I don't know. I think it's a great idea and something to think about. But that's all I have for you today. It's less of a rant because, like I said, that was an amazing show. I enjoyed myself. I watched it from start to finish. I hope you guys did. If you didn't, please make sure to check out Saffron's website and check it out. I think Deadwood Jedi is going to have the Carol, Raidzilla. I've already put the link somewhere once. I'll do it in the description as well. An amazing rap. It's also on Saffron's channel. And just watch the event. Have a good time. It was an amazing event. And hopefully all of this is taken by those of you watching this is some opportunity to make it even better next year. So that's all I have for you. I want to thank you for making it this far. I appreciate you. We'll see you in the next video.